Hey, welcome back everybody. I know it's been a while. I haven't done anything. I've been a little bit busy the last few weeks, but I know the last time I think I left you guys, we had just purchased the Mallard Pathfinder. Whoops, let me turn around here. The camper, as they call it, for the heavy glamping, for all of you like to get out and do a little RV. And so what I wanted to touch base on was I've had it out twice now. So far so good with everything, but I did have a problem. And this is something that I wanted to share if you guys are any RVers here that have maybe a newer style. We had the hot water heater, because this is one of the main reasons we bought this, was for the having the bathroom shower. Because some of the, if you do any camping or anything in any places, sometimes the bathroom facilities aren't not always the most pleasant places at the campground. So we one of the main reasons we did this, I mean, obviously we wanted to get outdoors a little bit more and do some, I call it glamping, as everybody else does. It's far from camping, but it's still nice to be out and be able to get out and have your own facilities to camp in. So anyway, the first trip out was about 3 weeks ago. We've been like I said, this is the second trip out. I was going to do this video before, but I kind of wanted to run the second time through. So this particular unit, and I'm going to switch over now and kind of explain as we go. So this has a Dometic, and I believe Atwood is another one that has the very similar hot water heater system in these things. So the first day we were out, I had everything hooked up properly, had hot water, and then made it through one shower. My wife got in, the water was cold. So did a little bit of research. Wasn't really prepared because I hadn't brought a multimeter, which is really dumb on my part. So if you do any of this kind of stuff, definitely pick yourself up one of these. And when I say multimeter, this is what I'm talking about. This one I got literally at Harbor Freight. I think it was like $7. So if you can pick one of those up, definitely do it. So what happened was, and of course the plane's flying over as I'm talking here, so I'm going to try to back up a little bit. So what I found, there's a few different issues that can go with these, but one of the most common ones. So if you have one of these and it's new, before you panic, definitely get one of these. Get a multimeter, keep it with you. Now there's a little circuit board in here that's kind of where it distributes it. Now this is a propane and electric powered hot water tank, so you can run it on either one. The propane seems to heat everything up a little quicker, so I tend to use that. And what I do is keep the electric on, and when I get closer to want to get showers, I'll switch it over and have the propane until we're done, and I shut it back off, just kind of conserve it a little bit. But what I found was, and it's kind of a design flaw, I believe, also, and just from I had spoke to one of the people on one of the tech lines about this. So this right here is what you call a thermocoupler, and it's basically a safety device that basically prevents this thing from getting too hot and overheating. But as you can see, there is your chamber where your propane will burn and heat up the water, basically right in this area here. So as you can see, it's literally right above it. So it's kind of a little bit of a sketchy design. So I was able to, I had to, at the time had no replacements. So I did manage to find them on eBay, or I'm sorry, on Amazon. And I actually ordered a pack of 10, because from what I'm understanding, this is something. So here's basically what it looks like when you get them out of the package. And they come with these tips on them. What I did find is these ones a little bit, you have to crimp these a little bit to get them to hold. They're a little bit loose. They don't fit real well in the connections. But one thing I did want to kind of show you, and let me see if I can set this up real quick. I wanted to kind of show you how you could test these things. So what you need to do is, if you're not familiar with the multimeter, basically you can check your DC amperage, your AC amperage, and your ohm settings. I just basically set this to ohms. I set it on the 200K setting. And what we're going to do here, let me see if I can extend this up a little bit. I want to just show you a quick recap. If you don't know how to use these real well, and like I said, this is an El Cheapo one I got at Harbor Freight, $7. I mean, you could spend upwards of hundreds of dollars on these things, but for my purposes here, and I know how to use these fairly well because I use them at work and things like that. So what you want to do is you want to set this to ohm settings, and I set it for 200K. Now that little symbol right there, that's your omega setting or ohms. So you want to set your dial to that 200. I set it to 200. A good way to make sure it's working, touch your leads together. You're gonna get it zeroed out, and you can adjust that to different settings on here also. If you want to go to like 20K, things like that, it's still gonna go. You might get a little more resistance sometimes on some of those. So I kind of like the 200K setting, and you can see it goes to 0. You can even set it at 2,000. Same kind of thing. It'll go to 0. So what you want to do, I don't have the broken one here, unfortunately, but if you want to test these, they should show 0 resistance. And as you can see that, I don't know if you can see it on there, that's what it should read, as 0. And the reason for it, it's basically like these thermocouplers are basically like a fuse. So you can test it. I mean, this one just pulls out. As you can see, it's connected in there, and that would probably be the first thing I would check. If you have one of these heaters and or one of these water heaters, and you get out in the woods, definitely. I'm just gonna close this up real quick. Definitely get yourself a multimeter. Keep with you. You can actually use these for a lot of things. They're good around the camper, and I might do some things like that down the road here. Show you how to like test your lights and things like that, because even the reading on your truck, if you have where your hitch is and things like that, it's good to have. If you need to troubleshoot, they're a really good thing to learn how to use, and you can find anything about these online. So I'm sure if you Googled the use of it, like I said, I just happen to use them at work a lot, so have a basic idea. But they are a really good little tool to have. So like I said, if you have one of these Dometic hot water tanks and you have that issue, check the thermocoupler first, and always keep some spares on hand. Like I said, I got one here. I bought a pack of 10 on Amazon for, I want to say 20 bucks. And like I said, I got lucky the last time I put the new one in, and it went fine. We were gone for 5 days and had no issues. So anyway, that's just something, like I said, I figured I'd touch base with you. But otherwise, everything else with this thing, and if you're just catching this video, I'll shut the door and we can just go over a quick outside of it a little bit. I'm gonna probably do some kind of a review, because I have not found anything on this Pathfinder model online anywhere, and I'm still kind of learning my way around it a little bit. I got basically it's working out good, but I'm probably gonna do some kind of a review video on this thing in the near future. We got another trip coming up soon. I think after that'll have said like 3 weekends. I'll have a better understanding of how this thing works and any problems. And I'm sure, like I said, I'm a little skeptical on these RVs. I know they're not built. Some of them are a little bit sketchier. And this, I can't say good or bad about this one yet. We haven't had any major issues other than that hot water tank problem, but that was really not a major thing. So everything else has worked out good. And like I said, I'll keep you posted. If you have an interest in these RV videos, please let me know. Because I know I'm kind of new to it, sort of. We used to do it a lot when I was a kid. It's been a few years, but I've kind of eased back into it pretty good. So I'm, learning. But if there's anything I could, if I can help you with, maybe I might do like a basic thing, how to hook up your sewage and water and things like that on these. And I might do a little review video on this Pathfinder, just to kind of give people an idea. Because when I bought this, I couldn't find anything. So it was, basically taking a chance, and we got it. So far so good. Like I said, we got the trip number 3 coming up, and I'll be able to give you a better assessment, and maybe go through some of the features of this thing a little bit more in detail than I did before. So anyway, thanks for stopping by, and if you like this video, please like and subscribe it. And I'm going to try to tie this thing in as how maybe you can use these kind of campers if you do need for like a bug out or an emergency vehicle or something like that. Do a little bit of walk around in the front here and give you an idea what it looks like. So this one is a little bit different than maybe your standard ones. It has a little bit higher ground clearance, things like that. So, which is one of the reasons that we bought this one. There were just some features that I liked. So basically that's what I want to, you know, down the road here, I want to kind of give an assessment of how I would feel about using this thing in, like in an emergency. You know, bugging out is kind of one of those things you hear a lot on preparedness channels and things like that. But you know, it's not always pertinent. But you know, if you live in an area where maybe you have hurricanes, things like that, you know, where you need to get out, have, you know, advance notice, it'd probably be a good vehicle to at least you know, keep you out of the weather a little bit. And this one does have some features that maybe, you know, keep you a little longer term. So anyway, thanks for, like I said, thanks for stopping by. I will hopefully be recording a little bit more in the future here. Like I said, this has been a little bit busy here. So thanks again. Talk to you guys later. Bye-bye.